Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's Gretchen's last name. So if you want to find anything by those creators, you can use that information to find it. I know Tori has other things. I don't know about the other two. All right. It's Aries. Ooh. What's going on with that? I'm already excited. You get to make a choice. I like choices, though. I'm one of those. Not that, like, who doesn't like to make choices? I don't know. Don't we all like to make choices? Maybe not. It feels like some people don't. There are some people out there that like the choice made for them. I don't think Aries is one of those people, though. So, there you go. I'm excited a little bit. I think the ending is really exciting, but we got to get there. Okay. Starting off, you're keeping something to yourself here. You're keeping something to yourself, but you got renewal coming in. And what I'm getting is, what you're keeping to yourself is the Four of Cups, which is telling me there's a situation that's fairly good. There's something that's not right with it, but you're keeping your discontent about that to yourself because you really don't want anybody else's opinion about it. And you don't really want people knowing that you're watching because something is not right. And you're aware of it, and it's in the back of your head, like if I highlight that I'm aware of it, it's just that much more of a chance that they're going to hide it, and I'm thinking there's something else here that doesn't make sense. I don't want them to hide it any more than they already are, so if they don't know I'm watching, if they don't know I'm looking, I have a better chance of finding the truth, and I want the truth. So that's why you're keeping it to yourself, but there's something here you're not quite liking. Now, at this point, whatever is not right, somebody might be on point, or they might be aware that, you're catching on. They may not know how much you're catching on, but they're kind of like realizing they're pushing their luck. They got gratitude here with the Ace of Swords, kind of like, oh, I might have pushed my luck a little far with the Aries. Maybe I should reel that back a bit. Maybe I should get more on the level with this before I really start to pay the price. Because they seem to know you well enough that, they're only going to get so far. And then once you call it out, then there's a reason you're calling it out. Like, they're not going to get away with it unscathed. So I'm getting the Ace of Swords. It's almost like they're trying to get more on the level. And they're going in a better direction, trying to get more on the level. This might be a temporary thing to where they're going better, but it seems like they're trying to. For this brief moment, you are letting it slide, but also for the same reason, kind of like, all right, you're kind of straightening up, and I know you did something a little bit off, but you're kind of like, and I know you're not done with that. You may be flying right now, but I'm not trusting that that will stay that way. You just see the reality of it, quite frankly. You're kind of like, all right, I'm not going to call you out on it. I'm going to let it go for now, but I'm going to keep my eye on it and wait for you to screw it up again so I can see more of a detail of what you're actually doing. It's almost like something isn't right, but instead of calling it out and getting some song and dance where half of it will be bull, and it will, you're like, I'll wait for them to screw up again, and this time I'll find out what they're doing totally so I can see all of the truth. I don't want half the truth. I want all of the truth, and that's why I'm going to hold back, because I know how this person is. It's not... It may sound pessimistic, but I don't think it is. I think it's just kind of like, all right, hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe you turn around. Maybe you go the better direction. Not really buying into that, but we'll see. However long it lasts is how long it lasts. We'll see. I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a shot. Now, you may call them out intermittently, almost passive-aggressively, dare I say? Really? All right, let's see where this is going. You've got the Prince of Wands coming in with the rejection. I feel like they're trying to, well, this is why. Okay. I feel like they may try to, first, they're getting it back on the level. Then they're trying to build from that, right? And they're trying to build more from that. And I feel like you're kind of like, oh no. I feel like you're like, let's just keep the steady course. It's almost like things are at this level playing field, right? You knew they were doing something a little wonky here for a little while, but they've straightened it out and they've got it back on the level. Now they want to increase it, and I feel like when they're trying to increase it, you're like, oh no, we're not doing that. I'm not up for that right now. I don't think that's smart right now. I don't trust you right now. And I don't know if you're going to flat out tell them you don't trust them right now, but I feel like when they're trying to increase the situation, that's why you're having these moments where it may be passive aggressive because you really don't want to call this out just yet because you want to know the truth. That's more important right now. But I feel like it's a little bit aggravating at the same time. So these little jabs might happen because you're aggravated. You don't really like holding back what you're thinking. I don't think you like that at all, quite frankly. But at the same time, you're not going to give this other person the advantage by kind of getting you to show them your poker hand. You know what I mean? No, we're not playing that game either. So there might be little pot shots here, little sideways comments where you might let them know you're a little bit discontent with them. Don't be trying to raise the bar. Right now we're keeping it here. And anytime they try to move it up a little bit, that's where the little pot shots might come in. Like, oh no, we're not moving it up. You stay here. I know you do. I know you can at least hold it there. Stuff like that. Like, oh, you want to do that better? I don't think so. I'm not really there with you right now. Let's just keep it here. I don't know. It just seems like you might be smacking them back down to the level. Like, nope, we're not increasing. We're going to stay here. Things are not bad at this point, though. They're not bad. And things are going very well. The situation itself is going well, but I feel like there's secrets. When I'm getting the Queen of Cups, I do get that there's secrets between you and them. I also get that they keep trying to change things. They seem to, it's almost like they're trying to cover their tracks or find opportunities to cover their tracks, but you're just not allowing it. I don't even know if you realize that that's what they're doing, but I feel like that's part of why they're trying to make certain changes or raise the bar, almost like they're trying to cover their tracks or do something like that. You're not allowing it, and it's causing grief for them. Not feeling bad about it. I'm just not going to feel bad about it. I just don't feel like I should. That's where their grief is. If they seem disheartened or a little bit upset about it or a little bit whiny about it, I would just walk past it, because I feel like the reason they're upset is because you know something's not right and you're just waiting to see what that actually is. I don't think they realize that you're waiting to figure it out, but the fact that they haven't won you over is what they have grief over. But I also feel like that's valid. I feel like at this point they really shouldn't have won you over because they're still doing something a little off to the side. Now, as things keep coming forward, they figure something, the truth is coming out, but I feel like somebody's presenting it to you. Okay, so there could be a third party coming in at this point. Somebody knows what's going on with this other person. And that whoever this third party is, they might have an axe to grind about it. They might just have figured it out after the fact, and maybe they're more aligned with you and they just feel like you should know. Something like that, but somebody's coming forward with the discovery of what has been going on with this other person. The Queen of Swords comes forward with the discovery and lets you know what's actually happening, tells you what the truth is about the history of this situation, and should have some proof to go with it, is what I'm getting. Should have some. It's a general read, so I can't really say that's going to be there, but there should be some there. When that happens, what does happen on your side? We got these two cards. Passion. I don't know why I feel kind of weird about this, but I do. The Three of Wands is telling me you're moving on from the situation. Now, exactly what that means is a good question, because you're taking the history of what's been going on and you're looking for a better outcome and you're moving forward for a better outcome. I don't see like a big disruption here. I don't see you calling anybody else out, but I do see you making decisions based on this information. You definitely are making decisions here that are going to make sense. But there's no argument here. There's just literally you moving forward with what you know is right. You know what's right at this point. You know the truth. And now you're setting your course to go a certain direction based on that information, based on the history. Now, you're setting course, but at some point you are going to have to let this other person know the truth. Because but the thing is, how are you going to let them know is the question. You got the Two of Pentacles. What's going to serve the situation the best? Because this is a situation where you don't deserve to be behind the 8 ball. It's one of those things where just because you know the truth, you can't let somebody use the truth against you, because there's no reason it should go against you. But you want to set this up so that somebody can't manipulate it against you. And you do have a tricky energy in the environment. And I feel like that's the thing. You got to be careful how you move this forward, because it's not fair that you're just flat out honest and then somebody can manipulate that and make it go against you. That's bull. That's not right. So you got to think it out how you're going to push it forward. You have to accept that you can't just come out here guns blazing. I know what you did. You're a jerk. No way. Not doing it. And that's it. Can't do it that way, because I feel like it'll be double backed against you. Even though that's fair in my opinion, because like if somebody was doing something they shouldn't have, like not for nothing, calling it out for what it was shouldn't go against you. But you know how people are. I mean, I feel like it's mostly adults who watch my videos, if it's not all adults. And I think at this point we all know the way something should work out versus how it actually works out isn't always the same. Maybe rarely the same some days. Some days, not for nothing. So you got to set this up to make your decision wisely so that this can work out to your benefit with the soulmate card. And you have to accept that you're not going to like exactly how you have to play this. You're not. But to get the fair outcome for you, to where this is not a detriment to you, you got to play it a certain way. It's up to you what you decide. I mean, but that's what they're saying. The outcome will be good. It's just about when I'm getting the High Priestess, to get the positive outcome, you have to play it a way you don't really care for. If you play it in a way you feel is the most honest, you seem to be getting a damaged outcome, which is not fair. So it's kind of like which way are you going to let this go? Are you going to just put it out there in a blazing way, like that's the truth, that's what's right? It's not fair that should go against you, but I'm getting like they will turn it around. There's a tricky energy around you. Be careful. Or are you going to play it like in a way that you get the fair, what you should get out of it? You play it in a way you don't really care for, but you get the outcome that you deserve. I feel like that's how this is playing out. So I guess you have to make the decision what you think is right. That's what I'm getting though. That's how it's ending. Okay. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.